Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Center Circle channel. And in today's video, we have got another guest on the channel. And today we've got a Crystal Palace season ticket holder, and we have Tristan. Tristan, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, it's been a tough few months being a Palace fan, and it's about to get a lot tougher with all the news that's been going around circulating our transfer and financial situation. But yeah, I'm doing all right for now.
That's good. I think it's probably the best time to get you on, actually, with all like the
Yeah,
madness going on and the fact that Crystal Palace are playing Arsenal this coming Monday. Is probably the best time to like get a preview out. So yeah, let's just quickly get straight into it. I mean, first of all, we need to kind of start on the Zaha news. I mean,
yeah.
Zaha leaving Crystal Palace after like so many years at the club, going to Galatasaray. First of all, what have you made of the news, and has that settled in your head yet? Have you got used to it?
Well, when it first happened, like nearly a month ago, it whizzed by. I was hurt when I saw him, wearing another shirt. It hurt me, and then I've just gotten over it. He's gone. We got to move on. He's 30 plus, pushing 40. He needs to try and play some Champions League football, which he did so the other night when he made his debut for Galatasaray. His second appearance actually in the Champions League. I'm glad for him. I'm glad he's moved on. He's deserved it. He should have probably left the club 4 years ago when he was linked to you lot for a price tag of £100 million, and he chose to stay. So fair play to him. He's missed. He still will be a Palace. He's still going to be a Palace legend. Every day going by, I'm a Palace fan, of course. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I've gotten over it really, and he's got to move on and focus on the future of this club rather than the past. Personally, in my opinion.
Do you think Zaha leaving will cost you in terms of where you finish this season in the Premier League? Because I mean, Zaha has had a big effect on what you guys have done over the past, I'd say past decade, if I'm totally right with you. Do you think like the dynamic of the club will now change moving forward?
Oh yeah, massively. He was our Palace man for nearly 8 years. Most of our play, most of our goals, the pace he gave into our team was all through Zaha. Only recently other players like Eze have really stepped up on that going forward. And you could say the same for Elise, despite him looking like he's definitely going to Chelsea. But yeah, it'll be a big miss. But I think if we can replace Wilfred Zaha and get some more attacking, players, like we need to strike, we need a couple more wingers. We've obviously signed Franca, the Brazilian youngster, in that as well for 25 million euros. So we could get more firepower up front. I'll be confident, with us going forward. But right now, it doesn't look like we're going to be signing anyone. I mean, we're all over the place, financially. We've only signed 2 players. We only spent £25 million. I mean, you look at the clubs like Sheffield United and Luton, 2 teams who are the favourites to go down, Bournemouth and Everton. And they've bought more players and spent potentially more money than we have. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's not good. It's not good for us, and it's kind of irritated and wound up a lot of Palace fans. You go on Twitter right now. At the time of this recording, there's literally a Palace meltdown, almost every minute, every hour over the last few days because of our transfer situation, Elise going and Eze also being linked away along with the Kure too. So, yeah, but Zaha, I mean, yeah, I think that, I went to Sheffield United away last week and there were times where we missed him. We had Schlupp playing on the wing for us on number 15. He's not a winger, he's more of a centre mid. He was completely lost. He wasn't making them runs forward. He was completely isolated, and yeah, just what didn't have that sort of end product, didn't have that impact and that deadliness that Zaha had, and that was the big difference, to be fair. So we ideally need a player of Zaha's sort of caliber. I mean, we've been linked to Nonto, Summerfield from Leeds, Hudson-Odoi as well. We're still interested in potentially getting him on a loan because he still, hasn't signed for Fulham yet. So yeah, I mean, we just need to get a replacement in. But like I said, Zaha's gone. We've just got to move on without him. He's the past. It's time for us to focus on the future and what direction that Palace are going to be going in over the next year, because it's going to be a rough year potentially.
Okay, we'll talk about the game in a bit, but I know like there's a lot of like transfer activity going on. Palace. Just get your opinion on it. Obviously, you touched on Michael Elise, who looks like he's going to go to Chelsea. Whoa. Okay. At the time of recording this video, guys, Michael Elise hadn't signed a new contract yet at Crystal Palace. So yeah, keep that in consideration. Back to the video. With the release clause being activated, first of all, are you shocked by it? Because personally, I was at work and all that news just broke. I was like, whoa, I didn't see it coming. I mean, like, Elise is a good player, and Elise is a player where, like, based on how well he did last season, those clubs could easily go in for him. based on like the ceiling that he reached last season. So
Yeah.
are you shocked by that?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought it was just like a load of gossip and talk and rubbish. He was linked with a load of teams last year. Manchester City were interested in him, and I was just like, yeah, I personally didn't think he was ready to move on, but the fact that they've agreed personal terms and they've activated this £35 million release clause says it already. I remember like a few weeks ago, allegedly Manchester City were interested in signing him for 45 mil. We rejected that, and now we're going to sell him for 35 mil. So that tells me, with Steve Parrish in charge, who has really had a treacherous summer, in my opinion, he hasn't had a good year recently with his business transfer side and everything financially. It just shows a lack of ambition. It just shows a lack of progress. He came out at the end of the Nottingham Forest game, which was our last home game of last season, and said, we're going to take this club to the next level. You're taking this club to the bottom level at this rate. We're just falling like a stone, it feels like, because we're selling some of our best players. We're letting players go like Zaha. Elise could potentially be going. Same with like Eze, potentially Kure, Anderson and Gay, two of our best defenders in recent years in the Premier League. They're still rumored to be, looked at by other clubs as well. So there's a real sort of concern, what players we're going to attract. Has the loss of Wilfred Zaha and Elise definitely going affected the squad? Players like Eze and Doucouré sort of saying, do I really want to be here when there's no ambition for this club going forward by the looks of it? And that's what's really annoyed me as a Palace fan. It don't look like it right now, but deep down I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming at the chairman because he's done an absolutely shocking job. It's just lies. And it's just the amount of lies and fibs he's told to the fans over the last year or two. It's really annoyed me. And, it's just, he's just made a mockery out of the club, in my opinion. It's just hurt me as a Palace supporter and upset me, to be fair. So, yeah, everything that's going on, it's just kind of shocked me. It's all happening kind of quick, and
yeah, that's the thing.
We just don't know that we're going to sign anyone. That's the worrying thing. The thing that's upsetting me the most. It's just concerning, big worries.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because I know, like, going into the season, I was thinking, oh wow, Crystal Palace can really like push for top 10. I think the stature of Crystal Palace these days. Because I mean, like, I don't know if it was last year or the year before that you guys reached the FA Cup semi-final, and that's a really big Palace. So
it was.
And I really thought that you was gonna really kick on and try and push for like the top 10 and maybe even like the tops, like even try and get like the Conference League. Because I mean, like those clubs like lower down the league would happily take Conference League at this point. So
yeah, definitely.
Things are starting to go downhill. Looking outside and stuff. It's just disappointing to see. But let's try and move away from the transfer activity because I know, like, I know I can see you getting heated a bit. Talking about the game in general. What can you expect from the game, and what do you see in Arsenal so far? I mean, it's only one game in the season. What are you happy to? What do you think about Arsenal?
Yeah, you got a good setup. You got a good young squad going for the title again. Will you win it? In my opinion, I don't think so. I still think you're 2-3 players short. The Jesus injury has been damaging for you lot. Front of goal, I think you need a striker. I reckon you need another defender, centre back, and maybe another fullback. To be fair, you've got a goalkeeper in David Ray. That's a good loan signing with an option to buy for £27 million. Declan Rice. Thomas Partey was to leave, and obviously Xhaka leaving in the summer as well. That's a good deal. That is, to get Declan Rice in. He's got Premiership experience. He's got plenty of England caps. He's a solid player as well. Shane Timber got injured for you lot. Was he out 6 to 7 months? Big blow that for you lot. He looked like a really good player. Oh Jesus! Even the whole of the season, blimey. That's bad. He's a really good, prospect for you lot on that as well. But at least you still got Saliba and Gabriel. I think Saliba for me is probably one of the best centre backs of the Prem. Between him and Diaz, I'd say, and like Botman as well, to be honest. So yeah, I think you got a good player there. Just keep him fit because when he got injured last season, that's when you lot fell off. So yeah, but I think you got Sap and Martinelli, amazing talent, amazing players, man, who stepped their game up over the last few years superbly. And that Jesus, he's like on his day, he's just got that end product of magic for you lot. I'm happy he's not playing, but then you got Kai Havertz, who scored against us plenty of times in the past, so he's going to be one to watch. I think it's going to be one of these games on Monday night where we're just gonna, you lot are gonna have a lot of the ball. We're gonna have to sit back a little bit, and when we get our chance, we need to take it. We need to sort of be, clinical in our end product. I think you lot are gonna have plenty of chances, and in my opinion, I could easily see a lot putting maybe 2 to 3 goals past us. I'll let you know my score predictions later on. But yeah, it's going to be one of them games where it could be like a one-sided game for each half and that. I don't think the team we got is good enough attacking wise against you lot, and we're going to really struggle. I know we beat Sheffield United 1-0 in our recent match, but Sheffield United were rubbish and they're going to be in a relegation fight because their team and their squad isn't good enough and Premiership proven. Our experience showed that we were the better team, hence why we won. But this is a big leap, this game, against you lot. And I think, Palace fans, you think we're going to win just because we won last week. I don't think it's going to happen. And it's going to be really hard. We just got to take our chances. We just got to be patient. It's going to be one of them. It's going to be like the last season's game when it kicked off last season, the 2-0 win for you. It could be like that, in my opinion. It wouldn't surprise me. So I'm just mentally preparing myself for that.
Okay, yeah, because that was my next question. Because I know, like, the last couple of games have been two different games. I mean, like the game where we went to your ground, it was more. The scoreline showed that it was more of a tight game. But in terms of like the first half, we could have scored more than 2 goals.
Yeah, definitely.
And you guys really restricted us from scoring more goals. However, like at the game with the Emirates where we beat you like 4-1,
rubbish.
That's what scoreline actually the scoreline justifies how dominant we were. I mean, like the sort of Arsenal these days, we concede for no reason and we concede shit. I mean, I don't know if you saw the goal that we conceded against Nottingham Forest. Like,
poor defending, shocking.
Yeah, poor defending.
If that's a team that's going for the title, you don't need to fix up because that was just a really poor goal to concede.
And if you ask me, even though that you guys have lost Saha and potentially going to lose Elise, you guys still have players that are threatening and can cause us problems. So I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I'm very cautious about this game. And I'm very surprised about what my prediction would be based on how you guys are at the moment and how we are and how we're looking into this game.
Okay.
So my next question is, who are your danger men going into this game?
I'd say I'm being realistic as a Palace fan based on what we have in front of us and what Roy resources are, and that it's definitely all day guy could just run past and glide past play, sort of glide past players like it's nothing really. Do you know what I mean? He's just like he's got that technical ability and that strength, and he can seek out a good pass. He's got a shot on him, and he's just deadly, man. He's deadly. He's in the number 10 spot for a reason. He's the perfect cam. And I'd say Edouard as well. He scored last match against Sheffield United. He got the winning goal, scored an offside goal. He looks more dangerous, looks like he's working harder. I think he's due to have a good season. Could this be the season Edouard shines? If he was to get a goal against you lot on Monday night, then he's definitely on fire. So Edouard, I'd say as well. And Jordan Ayew always seems to score against you lot now and then, don't he? Do you know what I mean? On the right-hand side. He's very good at holding the ball up, drawing players in, and he'll see a man out wide that's in space and just pass it to him or whip a good ball. And he's got that ability in him. Sometimes he could be a bit selfish, but his work rate is a lot better than most of the players going forward for us in the team. He's probably the best hard-working player attacking wise. So he's one. He's very underrated as well. Never underestimate him. That's what I say. So
Jordan Ayew,
never underestimate him.
That's interesting because I know, like,
player, man.
Because the thing is, I know, like, I don't watch Jordan Ayew as much, but like when I do see him play, I sometimes think to myself, does Jordan Ayew offer anything? And I'm not saying that to like say, oh yeah, he's a bad player, but I maybe need to like see more Palace games to like really see if my point is proven. But like he always seems to score against us, which is always weird, even though I don't really see him score like much against other teams. But did he assist in the game against Sheffield United?
Yeah, he got this. It's a good ball in, and it was poor defending, but it was a pretty decent ball in to pick Edouard out to score. That's pretty good football. Yeah.
Okay, who do you think, and on an Arsenal perspective, who do you think you guys need to shut down to have any chance of anything out of the game? I know there's like a lot of players, but I maybe like if the way how I see it, I think if you maybe stop one player, you can maybe stop the whole team. But usually with Arsenal, we've got so much talent in the team. Like if you stop one player, it doesn't stop everyone else like from shining and performing.
Yeah. I'd say it's Bukayo Saka. Definitely Bukayo Saka. You stop him from playing, you might be able to weaken Arsenal's forward playing attack a tad bit. But yeah, I'd say it's between Martinelli and Saka. But I'd probably say Saka. He scored against us. I think he got 2 goals at the Emirates back in March, and and he was the player who forced Mark Gate to put the ball in the back of the net when you lot came to us last season to pretty much finish the game off. What he brings, is finishing, the pace he's got on that right hand side. You know, he's just too quick, man, to handle sometimes. If you're not picking him up, if you're not switched on to punish you, he's ruthless. So I'd say definitely Bukayo Saka. You know, but him and Martinelli, you know, Martinelli on that similar level, you know, pretty evenly. But I'd just go with Saka because the guy's just class. You know, hopefully he lives up to the hype like he's already doing right now. You know, but you look.
Okay, cool. So we're coming towards the end of the video. Let me just the one we all you waiting for. What is your score prediction for the game?
2-0 Arsenal. You know, it's just I think it's going to be a similar match to last season. Like I said, I think 2-0. We won't be able to finish our dinner, and you know, just have the quality and the sharpness up front. And I just think the game plan from Arteta, he knows that this is the kind of game that you lot got to win if you want to challenge Manchester City and Newcastle for the league, in my opinion. So he's got to be. I think he's got to be ruthless, and I think you lot are better away from home than you're at home defending. You know, there's less sort of stress. You know, when you lot are at home, there's the pressure of the 60,000 Arsenal fans there, and it could get to players' heads. When you lot are away from home, and I found this out last season, you lot don't concede as many goals. You know, like so. I think it's going to be one of them games where it just be like a real solid Arsenal performance, and you lot will just, you know, hit us on the counter and just get the 2 goals. And we just, I don't think we have the quality to compete with you lot during the match to get a goal, to be fair. If we do score, it'll be a bonus, I'd say that. Plus, the best we can hope for is a draw, and it's like a 5% chance, in my opinion, for that happening, to be fair. So, yeah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I just think you lot just got.
To be honest, I think you are being a bit harsh, but I think it's maybe just on the Arsenal side. I'm actually going to go 3-1 Arsenal. The reason why I say 3-1 is because I think we'll definitely score first, but I think whether it's maybe 2-0, I think you lot will like score a free goal, and that will make it will make us like having to defend properly, and you lot will like come onto us, and then maybe we'll score a counter attack goal because so many people like we have a good. The thing is, we have a good defense, but we concede some stupid goals at times. So
from corners and that,
like mentally, I'm preparing for us to concede. But I know we have the capability of scoring so many goals.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I am gonna go 3-1 Arsenal. So
3-1.
So yeah, guys. So that is the end of the video. Tristan, I want to thank you for coming on the channel.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks.
Do you wanna plug your YouTube channel? I know you're doing some amazing stuff.
I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure to go subscribe to my channel, Tristan 03 CPSC vlogs, whatever you want to call it these days, and that. Palace vlogs always out there, and that. I went to Sheffield last week, saw us win 1-0. You know, my socials as well will be the link in the description for all my videos to TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram too, and that. So make sure to go and check them out. And yeah, we're on the road to 3K. Hopefully we get to 3K subs over the next 2 to 3 months and that as well. And yeah, like I said, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know whenever I upload a video. And yeah, enjoy the content, my people.
Cool, man. So are you gonna go to the game on Monday?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm in Homestead end. So yeah, first time ever being in there with the noisy lot. So really looking forward to it. Just hopefully we could get something, but I'm not optimistic, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anything these days. So
anything can happen.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below what your score predictions are for the game as well. And yeah, we'll catch you guys soon.
Super goal! Has gone to McAllister! What a strike! And Salah's wriggling in and scoring. This is Stuart Dallas.